Hey, hi everybody, and welcome to Shortwave Cinema. I'm delighted to bring the Minimalist movie to you. I'm Catherine Blackler. I work at SortMySpace.
Very thought-provoking and relevant. Yeah, I don't think many people could watch that and think, this doesn't apply to me in some way. Yeah, either they're collecting too much stuff, or they're working for a job that they don't like, or yeah, thought-provoking.
I thought it was amazing. I actually think it's a must-see movie for everyone.
It was refreshing. I had met Joshua and everybody in October when they came to London, so it was great to actually kind of see their documentary. I had heard about it just after 2014 when they started building it. So.
The most impressive part of it was for me decluttering my relationships, spending time with the people that have similar values.
That was a great film, independent film at its best.
It's very, very good, and I hope they will be able to show the movie to many people all over the world, because it's so inspirational.
You see people with a lot of money not winning that game. So money's not the answer, the stuff's not the answer, it's simplifying is the answer, and for me that was the message of the film.
Maybe really think in the movie is talk to my children. I mean, they're 8 and 10, and the barrage of marketing and sales into their lives is worrying.
I've moved from one country to another with my mum, and it has always been kind of a situation where I had to confirm all the time and kind of had to be a certain way to kind of fit in every capital city that I lived in. So it was good to kind of find out about minimalism and just being yourself and kind of decluttering my mind, which is a huge part of my life.
Lots of people are living very stressful lives, living very chaotic lives where they're struggling to fit everything in, and it's not making them happy. And so we do need to have a rethink about what's important.
I think it's quite liberating, and to not almost follow the herd just because everyone else is doing that.
I didn't have a home, I didn't even have a separate bedroom when I was a kid. Now I have 2 kids and they have their own toys. That makes them happy. But then, what's the impact for the world and all those things?
So much of the stuff we've inherited from America, and that includes things like the Black Friday kind of hyper shopping mania, etc., where we have all fallen prey to buy because we're told we're meant to. Whereas in fact, I think there's an opportunity for buy to some of our stuff now.
We are fed by big industry to be unhappy. They feed us this idea of dissatisfaction. You've got an iPhone 6, well wait until the iPhone 7 comes out. Wouldn't you want to be first in the queue? But what if you're second in the queue?
Of course, we both look at our phones all the time. I think they said, average person checks it 100, 150 times a day. And I can relate to that, and I would consider us low users. But you walk around a street now and everyone's down on their phone.
And really just paring everything down. So not just our actual physical things, but what's really important in our heads. And Bella was saying something about relationships with people, and just having a really small group of very good friends who you really love, and then maybe just not feeling like we have to be everything to everybody all the time.
Yeah, I thought the disposability part of the film was really interesting. I've recently been thinking about replacing the crockery set, which I've had for years. There's nothing wrong with it, but I was literally thinking I probably should get a new one. Now the film has made me think, no, I won't throw that away, I'll just carry on using that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a case of constantly buying something new just for the sake of it.
I think 10 pairs of shoes is the minimum that a woman can get by with.
The absurdity of the storage industry. People spending billions of pounds or dollars and storing stuff that they never look at. About a year ago I got rid of my storage container I'd had for 10 years and gave most of it away to charity. Stuff we don't need.
Another thought I thought was quite good was the sort of aspect about climate change, again with disposability, and that could be maybe even emphasise even more how we're just constantly buying stuff, producing using stuff and throwing it away when we just don't need to.
I wish my kids would see the film as well, because I think it's so inspirational, and I think it's tougher for the next generation as it was for us.
I was at a point where I was doing a job that didn't really benefit me in any way. And for that reason, it kind of made me feel down, and I started reading a lot of books of Waterstones. That's when I bumped into the Minimalists and their event. So thanks to them, actually, I quit my job and I went 4 months without work intentionally. And I just wanted to focus on what I loved, and that was photography.
She was telling a story about a lady who had died recently next door but one to her. And the two kids were standing by the skip and they were throwing stuff into the skip. You know, do you want this? No, I don't want it. Do you want this? No, I don't want that. And she said, is that what it comes to at the end of your life, when all you've got is your kids going through your house, throwing away stuff that you've just collected? And if that's what life's about, we're missing the point.
Great film, thought-provoking, do go see. The Minimalist movie is not on general distribution in the UK, so I brought it here specially, and there is final chance to see it next Saturday, the 30th of July at 1 o'clock at Shortwave Cinema, and taking bookings at www.sortmyspace.co.uk/events.